Oh, hi. Good morning. Feeling quite horrid this morning, but that should be of zero surprise. Yet, I'm still always surprised. I don't know why, even though I've been doing this for a number of years. And it's definitely been a busy last few days. But I just wanted to come on because today is day 3, technically, in Philly. So today is Thursday, November 13th, which is my parents' wedding anniversary. So, happy anniversary to my mama. Anyways, this morning I got woken up by my babies calling me, and little Odie looked a little sad, but he doesn't always love going to, or he thinks he doesn't want to go to daycare in the morning, and then once he gets there, he's like real jazzed because he gets to see his bestie Paul. So, yes, Paul and Otis. It's cute, right? Um, Anyways, so it's been, yeah, I don't know, we're adjusting. It's, obviously we just, we flew in and got to our place, and we were just so wiped out, like just getting prepped to come here and all the different things. And so it was a very exhausting day. So we went to bed somewhat early, I guess, on Tuesday, and then yesterday I had to go to Temple and do all of my pre-op stuff, which, so it's only, I only had like an appointment at 11:30 and 12:30, and then they had called and were like, oh, we want you to come and do some labs, so come around 10. Shockingly, the morning like went really fast, and so I felt very rushed like leaving, which I know I for 10 a.m. actually really, um but I think so badly, like just need a lazy morning, and I obviously, finally today, yay. So anyways, sorry. So yesterday was a little chaotic. Obviously, one, I've never been to, Temple Health before, and it's at the main hospital. So it's very busy, especially because I had to go to the outpatient area. So obviously, there's a lot of people coming and going. So, and then the labs, I was just really kind of confused. But anyway, so the nurse came and met us right away, and so there's two main people that I talked to, and so I mostly have talked to, his name is John, and he's just been so fantastic. I don't know how he does it, the amount of energy to be buzzing around all the time. And anytime I have a question or anything, I'll text him and he'll like, call me immediately. So I'm always like, so now I know if I'm going to text him, I also need to be able to answer the phone. And I'm always just like, I don't know how you can just drop everything and call me immediately. I know you're busy. Anyway, so he got me situated at the labs, and then he took Ben to go where else I needed to all go, where my next appointments and everything were. And we just stayed in touch with him because labs ended up taking a long time. And so it was after an hour or so, and they came and got me to do my EKG. Well, naturally, I went and did that. Then they called my name at the lab. So as soon as I got back, I was able to get in and do all of those quick. And then we were just like, oh, we had to go to admissions. And that actually took quite a while, just sitting and going through, mostly just going through my med list and all my different conditions and getting me prepped, like anesthesiology, like ready to go, and if there's any meds I need to not take before surgery. And but it was just a lot of like, she'd go through some things, but she was also working with another patient or something, so she kept like leaving and then coming back and leaving and coming back, and she apologized numerous times. But my number one, when I got home last night, I was like, you know what, I really, so like, it's whatever. Ben and I are pretty go with the flow, so I wasn't like annoyed really or anything. I just was, tired at the clinic. But one thing I appreciated is she has worked with a number of other chronic ill patients, and Temple has kind of become more popular now with the nutcracker patients and doing the live donor nephrectomies. And he also does auto transplants as well. So obviously, if you don't want to donate, that would be the best option for a person. So anyways, they're getting more familiar with this, and so some of the stuff that I have going on, or meds and just different things, like she wasn't surprised by them, and she didn't like I don't know, she just like kind of understood, and that just made it so much easier for me, because I didn't have to like go into too much detail and explain different things. I think the only thing that we kind of got hung up on is the fact that like I don't have a cardiologist yet, and I have an appointment scheduled in December for one because I had to wait. So I don't have like true like POTS diagnosis, which is fine. I just, so then I had to kind of like go through and just show her data and stuff on my phone to just kind of give an example of like what, and that's really all she needed to know, is just like anesthesia wise and all these different things. If it's, you know, and it's, I have it pretty under control. I haven't been fainting or anything like that. So that would be their main concern, obviously. But yeah, everything came back good and cleared for surgery. And anyways, we were leaving, and yeah, John had told Ben like, okay, go take a break, go get some food, because I mean it was like 1:30 at this point, and we'd been there since 10, and we hadn't eaten, or like, I mean, I brought a couple of snacks in my purse, but like I was starting to get a migraine naturally. So anyway, so we just, there's a little like cafe right there in the outpatient area, which is fantastic, and so we grabbed some food, and I got a coffee and went to go sit down, and then John calls and was like, oh, we gotta go meet with Dr. Chavin right away because he has another appointment at 2. So he comes down and gets us, and he's like, you know, I'm gonna help you carry it. So he's like grabbing our stuff and like walks us, because we had to go to another building. So we get over there and go up, and we could, because the surgeon wanted to make sure he got a chance to talk to me, which was great. And like, so we're all in there in the room, and he's just like, all right, so what are your questions? And I was like totally caught off guard, because I'm like literally brain dead at this point. I mean, I wasn't even with it like at all through all of that. I just was like going to where I needed to go. And literally when I went to go do the EKG, the lady was like, can I see your bracelet? And I'm like looking, I'm like, what is she talking about? Like, I was just over my head, and she was like, no, just like your like, and they hadn't gotten me one yet, so that's why I really was not calculating, because I didn't get one. And she's like, sorry, I just like, I talk in medical lingo, and I just always assume people know what I'm talking about. And I'm like, no, this is actually just a me problem, because I know a lot of medical lingo. I've done this like a gajillion times. I was like, I am just not with it this morning. Anyway, so we had a really good laugh over that. It was really funny, just making fun of the fact that I was just out of it and super confused. So that was, I always enjoyed a good joke. But anyways, I'm sorry, back to Dr. Chavin. And so I kind of like looked to Ben. I don't know. So Ben, he came up with some questions, and after the conversation got going a little bit, it was easier for me to like think of some stuff. I just was not prepared and just so tired. And frankly, I didn't necessarily have a ton of questions. I kind of just wanted, because I'd already talked to him on the phone recently. So a lot of the stuff that I did want to know about, I already got answered, but obviously it was still really good to go through everything and set expectations and different things like that. But yeah, so we spent quite a bit of time there. And even after the surgeon left, then I just talking with his PA and the nurse and doing more paperwork, and to bring home a cool jug to do my 24-hour urine test. And but yeah, it was a very long day, and we did not think we left around like 3:30, 4 o'clock. It was probably 4 o'clock, I think. Because even after that, I had to go do my x-ray. So I was real tired, but then I looked the last bit of my coffee, and I kind of got a little bit of a burst of energy. So as we were driving, got into the Uber car, and he was like playing salsa. So I was like, oh, this is fun. So we were like driving, and then obviously I was craving Mexican food. So I asked Ben to make, I had actually bought groceries for tacos. And so he made a delicious supper with that. But before we came in for the night, I was like, okay, let's go out and just like walk around the block a little bit, because I've been inside all day and I was feeling okay-ish, and the weather wasn't bad. It was like 50 or something like that, and the sun was going to go down soon. So we went for a little walk and stopped somewhere, and picked up some beverages to bring home, and then went into the Family Dollar and stocked up on some other stuff for the house. So anyways, that was all good. Then we got home and realized that I had ordered something from Amazon before we came here, and I knew it was coming yesterday, but we were obviously gone all day, and it got stolen. So that was a new experience for me. I'm like, oh no. And so obviously I, messaged our host, and I was like, is this normal? And it was like it's kind of normal. I'm like, okay, good to know. I will try and make sure, we're around when stuff is getting delivered. But which most of the time I will be, obviously, except for when I'm in the hospital. Um, so, anyways, that was interesting. But yeah, so today I have stuff I do actually have to get done, but probably just gonna veg out for a bit here. And this is really long, so sorry.